Hey guys, Conrad here. Today's little project is I'm finally filling up this hole with solar panels. I also have to fill up this frame, but we'll start with these four. This should have been done months ago, so I could have used the power all winter, but life got in the way. It is what it is. These are the panels that I'll be installing. They're 440 watt bifacial panel. So bifacial means, so you got, when the sun hits it, it powers it up, but the bifacial part means there's actually solar collectors on the back, so it can take reflection of light. It'll never get direct lighting the way it's angled up, but reflection off the roof, just the sun going around, it adds a little bit. There's very little cost to the bifacial, so it's just a little extra plus. So that's what we'll be installing today. To get them up there, what I've been using instead of staging, since I've got this thing, I've been just using the rack. The height is just about the right height, so let's get it set up and see how this works out. Well, so I got two panels up there. Well, all four are up. Two are somewhat mounted. Now, there is one downside to using the truck as my staging. First of all, usually the water tote is not there, but there's 1,500 pounds of water in there, so I'm not taking it out. For those who have never seen the top of this thing, this is what it looks like. So the issue is, so it was designed as sort of a ladder, so when I got the side-by-side on there, the tire fits in the pocket, so it holds it. It's also lighter, but it's a pain in the ass to walk on. And this here is only sheet metal, just basically to stop the rocks and the mud from falling on the truck. So I could walk on that, but it's not ideal, so got to walk on the ladder. But now if I jump up, when I added these two frames, I messed it up. So basically I got my wood frames and I just have my brackets holding it in between, and I'm assuming when I measured, I just accounted for the length of the solar panel and forgot to leave room for the bracket. So this is the end bracket. There's nowhere to mount it. So I got this, I had tabs put on before to kind of hold it in place, but I'll have to add another 2x4 on this side, top and bottom, to be able to hold the brackets. So I guess that's the next step. So I figured since we're doing solar panels, I might as well show you what it looks like up here. So I'm on top of the tractor trailer. So just have this little deck I built just to walk on top here. I wasn't trusting the main deck, the main roof of the tractor trailer. In its previous life, it's had too much weight on the roof and the braces are all sagged in. So I didn't want to walk on it. So this is what my structure looks like. Got all the solar panels, my big kite from the last video of moving the tractor trailer up. These are the connectors. So most solar panels have what they call MC4 connectors. So they got the male and the female. And again, this is the back side that takes in some of the light. So it's all open, so there's no way to record what power comes from the front and what power comes from the back, but it's going to get some for sure. And this whole setup is just temporary until the house is built and the solar panels can go on the roof. But since I'm here anyway, I mean, the view here is awesome. See the whole valley. Camper, the solar panels on that roof too. So just to give you guys a little idea of these panels, so right now the panels on the roof of the RV I'm using to power up to charge my 12-volt system, and this here is, these main panels are all going for the AC, the 110, and normal power you have in your house. And one big misunderstanding about panels, people will ask, you know, what can you power with solar panels? And the answer is nothing at all. The solar panels won't give you a consistent voltage. So the solar panels go to a charge controller that converts it to, depending on what your system is, 12 volt or 48 or 24, whatever. And then from there, it charges the batteries, which the inverter takes the power from the batteries to power your house. But to give you an idea on wattage, so these are 440 volt panels. So 3 panels would basically do 1 plug in your house maxed out at 15 amps. So if you were running, say, a hair dryer in 1 plug, it would take 3 of these panels, so 1300 watts, to power the 1 hair dryer. But you can still run your hair dryer at night because you're charging the batteries and you're not actually going off of this. And whatever you're powering is only going to run for, you know, a few minutes, while the panels can charge for 8 hours, 12 hours, or you know, shorter days in the winter, maybe 5 hours. But so that's the gist of it. Now these were the worst ones. I've been dreading these for a while. Now I just got to do the bottom row, but that's going to be the easy part. So move the staging, the truck, getting ready to put the first one on the lower frame. The one thing that it's missing is a way to hold the panel until I put the mounts. So I got these blocks made up. Just gonna put them on the bottom here. So when I put the panel up, it's gonna sit against these blocks. So then there's no rush and they can't fall. And then I'll put my brackets. The brackets, I didn't show you before. So this is the main bracket, just a U shape. So it goes, you got a panel here, right? Holds 2 panels at the same time. On the bracket on the end is different. It's adjustable for different height panels, but basically just that here. So that is only holding 1 and then screwing against whatever you're doing. So that's the end one. I'll get these put in. They're all splitting as I put the screws in. Doesn't look like my idea is going to work. They're all just splitting. I'd have to drill them. Give it one more try. Doesn't look like that's gonna work. Even that one split. On the top, originally I had a nail just to help hold it. That was the old setup. And then just recently I added the clip to hold the bottom. The issue with temporary and just being made out of wood is that wood shrinks, and so the screws get loose and then the panels move around. So every once in a while I got to go around and tighten it. On the house, it's not going to be wood, it's all going to be metal, aluminum, you know, whatever the bracing ends up being, so it won't get loose. But it is what it is for now. And I don't have any more of those clips, so I'll see if I can find something else, or maybe I just pre-drill. Maybe that's what I do. I just pre-drill all the little brackets. Well, gotta keep going. All right, so I got 2 pre-drilled. See what happens. Well, it held up. I can't get the bolts too tight. The screws too tight. As soon as I go a little tight, it starts to crack. But it's holding. It's still a little loose, but that doesn't really matter. It's just to hold it. Apparently, it won't hold it. All right. Brackets are going to be the way to go, I guess. So run to the hardware store. See you guys later. All right, so before I head off to the hardware store, since I'm all set up, I figured I'd give it one more shot. So I got a longer block, and that held up. That's nice and solid. So I think the big issue is having 2 different problems. One, my block was just too short. That one is longer, so it's harder for it to split all the way out. And the other issue is I was going with the grain, and I'm putting 2 screws, so it's just splitting right along the grain. I think realistically, if I had the block this way, which I'm only thinking about after, with the grain going up, if I had a screw here and a screw here, probably wouldn't split. So that's what I'll try on the next ones. But at least I got that going. Put one panel up, and then I have to move the truck anyway, so I can always do a hardware store run. Since I don't have the second panel on, I'm just going to jam a piece of wood in there to compensate for it. There we go. Nice and solid. Once I put the second panel on, that has to come loose, but at least it's secured for now. And I will be putting some brackets on the top. This here, I actually ran out of the end brackets, so it's only going to be one for now. But I'll put a second one on top there. It won't be going anywhere. And as soon as I get the other end brackets, I'll add that in. Perfect. Got the 2 brackets up with a piece of wood to compensate for the missing panel. That's all the time I got for today, but I'll move the truck and keep going tomorrow. Thanks. I'm back. Found my clips and put a few more this morning. See how this goes. Got to make sure to match the connectors, so this thing has to flip. have to reset the truck. So I took this block off. This is loose, so I can slide the panel in there. I got no way to reach the top. So I'll move the truck so I can step on the side there. Alright, the truck's moved. Let's get this done. So we got the second one done. So now let's just move the truck and repeat all the way down. Alright, so we're down to one last panel. The people that have been paying attention have probably noticed there's some pieces missing here. And the reason for that was I wanted to make sure I had enough, but not too much. So I wanted to put all these panels in, and then I could get a final dimension to see exactly where the last panel would end up. And so that way it's nice and clean on the ends. Now I won't do the same as I did on top. I'll make sure to add a little bit extra so I have room for the bracket. And I bought some new brackets for the ends, and these are pretty neat. Just Amazon brackets, same price as the other ones, but they're 2 pieces. So the advantage is they're adjustable. So depending on what height your panel is, you can just adjust them and then screw them down. Where the other one was fixed and the whole thing was kind of crooked. So I have enough to change. Why I was missing one on the other end. Got my 2 pieces all cut, ready to go. There, that's nice and solid. So if I measured correctly, it should fit. So now time for the last panel. I guess the downside of these brackets is they're harder to keep together. But they do hold very nice. So there you have it. All the panels are done. Top's all done. Bottom's all done. Now it's just a matter of wiring them up and set more batteries up, and then got more power for the summer. See you in the next one.